because of something you did because you think you're a celebrity or whatever you do. I have no clue, but I don't care who you are. You have no right to pour gasoline on a fire that could maybe get some child hurt.
Say Janaea Bagneris, the ex-girlfriend and son's mother of R&B singer Ne-Yo, appears in court for a bond modification. Bagneris was arrested and is out on bond for child cruelty. She is accused of helping her eldest son fight a classmate at a bus stop using physical force and pepper spray. She appears before Judge Manning requesting the removal of her tether, but the state isn't having it. He pushes back, citing her improper use of social media and the impact it has on the situation. And of course, Judge Manning has some feedback to share with the defendant.
Sade, is it Bagneris?
Yes, Judge Manning. Good to see you, Alex Arca.
Good to see you. 23 CP 217236. Cruelty in the first, cruelty in the third, and battery. Bostic, preach. Rah.
I love that.
Nothing on Mr. The defendant, Judge, been out 3/29/23.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Arca.
Judge, I'll be quick. So last time I was before you was about close to 90 days ago now. I don't know if you recall this situation. My client was trying to protect her son and daughter from being beat up. There was a ankle monitor put on, and then her to have no contact with her son, which was an error. You went ahead and corrected it. You said come back in 90 days. If she's had no issues, we'll go ahead and take off the ankle monitor. Now, in full transparency, Judge, my client is a celebrity. She, I believe she can tell you what show she was on.
I don't know. She hasn't turned her camera on like she should.
Sade, you need to turn on your camera if you can. I know we've been on here a while. There we go. The pretty young lady on the left, Judge, that's her. So, Judge, she's a celebrity. This case has gotten some attention via the media, etc. However, I do have to make a point. She has had no contact with the victim or the victim's children. So she's been compliant with that. In fact, they now go to a different school. We're just here 90 days later to go ahead and ask that the ankle monitor or Talatrix monitor be removed. As you said at the last hearing 90 days ago, you said, hey, 90 days, she's had no problem, come before you again. Here we are.
All right. Mr. Scott?
It's actually 88 Jordan.
I have no idea who she is. Sorry, ma'am. I'm no idea who you are.
It's actually 88 Jordan on behalf of the state for this case, Your Honor. Good evening.
All right.
Your Honor, the state would oppose the motion to modify the bond conditions. I will make my argument as succinct as possible. I also do have an impact statement, Your Honor, from Ms. Madison, whom is the mother of the victim child in this case. Your Honor, essentially, as Attorney Arca was saying, the defendant is a high-profile individual. There were issues that came about as of September 11th. The defendant did post a picture of her ankle monitor in regards to this case. She also posted a few pictures and videos of children involved in a fight in this particular case. She also posted a direct message which highlights the victim's social media, or at least that she purported that this was the victim's social media. Your Honor, just to be as succinct as possible, we believe that the defendant here, there is a risk that she is using her platform to circumvent her bond conditions, to have indirect contact with the victim and the victim's family in this case. Your Honor, specifically, these particular posts were picked up by a large media blog Instagram profile called Shade Room. They have over 275 million followers. The particular post in which the defendant made was reposted by this blog site and had over at least 156,000 people view that particular post, Your Honor. We are concerned We completely understand that the defendant is a mother, but we also, as a state, have to present that the victim has a mother as well. These are all children that are involved in these videos. I don't want to specifically make an argument in regards to the case, but if the defendant has an issue with the children, she should go to the police and not post these videos on social media. Your Honor, as I will say in the impact statement that's provided by the victim's mother, this particular post on September 11th has affected her child. The child has been sent screenshots of the September 11th post that made the shade room. So, Your Honor, we would say that the defendant, and albeit extremely recently, this was only a week ago, we are concerned that she is not abiding by her bond conditions. And we would ask that Your Honor deny the motion to modify her bond in removing the ankle monitor. And I can provide that impact statement now, Your Honor, if you would like. Thank you. To whom it may concern, per OCGA 17-71, as the mother of the assaulted victim, I understand that I have the right to address the court in relation to the defendant's request for conditional changes of her bond release. I'm pleading with all parties involved to heavily consider my sentiments regarding the defendant's request prior to making a ruling today. I'm requesting that the defendant's bond be revoked and she be arrested due to the violation of the original bond agreement. I'm also asking that she be granted another bond or be allowed to remain free on her current bond, but that the ankle monitor remain in place and a gag order be added as conditions to her bond. The defendant is utilizing her celebrity and social media platform to incite violence against my son and other minors, which could potentially escalate what started as mutual combat initiated by her son into another assault or worse. Lethal consequences as a result of retaliation by her followers. On September 11th, 2023, at approximately 2 p.m., the defendant posted a video and other content with my son's image and alleged social media profile, as well as other minors, regarding the open legal matter of her and her minor son attacking my son at the bus stop. The intent, I'm assuming, was to control the narrative and minimize embarrassment of the pending child cruelty charges because a gossip site posted details of her arrest. They reached out to me for comment and I declined with the intent to protect all minors involved. The content has now leaked to several very popular social media gossip sites, whereas of 2:30 p.m. on September 11th, one site had a minimum of 60,000 followers engaged with the post and at least 1,300 people encouraging her heinous act against my son, making direct statements that he should have been murdered and put on a t-shirt. Less than 12 hours later on the same site, 160,000 interactions were recorded, with other 15,000 individuals posting comments. As of 10 a.m. today, there's over 200,000 interactions and 25,000 comments supporting, encouraging, and inciting violence against a minor and anyone associated with egregious comments such as, please post the kids and parents info so we can help with the bullying situation. What's the bully's at name? We're trying to do something. Tell them to pop back out. Richie One Rich does beautiful t-shirts. Their family would have been ordering a few. I hope when she pops one of them, y'all don't get in the comments crying and defending them. Swiss cheese all them folks. Girl, do you need us to pull up or something? That's just a few. I've known of the defendant's social status and celebrity affiliations since the first of 3 altercations between both minors on February 24th. I've never once used that information to attack or tarnish her character because I don't want to compromise the safety of either minor. I've maintained the position of protecting both minors and attempting to resolve the conflict in a civil and mature manner before, during, and after involving authorities and pressing charges against her. In addition to her involvement, the threat of shooting up my home, individuals driving around my neighborhood in ski masks asking where I live, and her son recording and posting via social media threatening to kill my son is the exact reason I exercise the right of a temporary protective order. I am in fear of my son's safety as well as my own, even more so now that our names have been leaked via social media and individuals are requesting my profile be tagged for others to intimidate and attack me and my son and other minors based on her false, exaggerated perception of events. Her social media engagement is allowing her to further perpetuate a hostile situation by twisting the narrative to garner support on a private matter. While I am aware that the court of public opinion will not be prevalent in the court of law, I'm appalled and disappointed that she is using her platform to encourage fans and advocate violence against minors and others. Her actions put both of our children at risk of being hurt or even worse, murdered over what started as a school fight between peers. And I'll sum the rest of it up, Your Honor. I do thank you for your time. My son has received several screenshots of the September 11th social media post from his peers, forcing him to relive this horrific event. We are both experiencing anxiety and stress because of it. He also fears for his safety. It's affecting his ability to focus at school. There's still fear to ride the bus to or from school, even though the co-defendant has been expelled from all Fulton County school properties and events. We both have trouble sleeping. He's afraid to hang out with friends. I even had to hire additional security for his birthday party this past Saturday because of her September 11th post, for fear of someone attempting to attack him while he celebrated. I would like to ensure that she's held accountable for her bond order violation. Her whereabouts are monitored continuously, and that our freedom of speech regarding this matter is revoked until the conviction has been issued and the case has been finalized. Thank you for your time, Your Honor. That does conclude the state's presentation.
Judge, can I go ahead and make a quick statement?
Sure, you can go ahead and respond.
Yeah, Judge. So number one, the client had not, the defendant had, not the defendant, sorry, the victim had an opportunity to be present, did not be present. Number two, I think it's unfair for Sade, because of her status, because of being a celebrity, to not be able to go ahead and post or comment when she's sent me screenshots of news anchors, social media, websites, and things of the such, to go ahead and ask her to comment. In fact, she's sent me screenshots of that, and they're all asking her to go ahead and present a comment. As far as the posts and the blogs, all she's done is protect her character, say that she protects her kids. She did not show the face of the kids at all or say their name. All she did was tell her story. This is a criminal court. This is not talking about, we're not here to talk about the First Amendment or freedom of speech. I know the victim went on, but you directed Miss Sade Baggernice to go ahead and stay away from this individual. They've had no contact. She's taken her children out of the school so that they don't have any more problems. Now, if social media sites are reaching out to a celebrity asking for comment and commentary, I don't think that this is the appropriate court to go ahead and put a gag order in place. And Judge, you might have your own opinion, but I think I'm accurate when I say that the criminal court can't go ahead and sanction her for being a celebrity, and more importantly, for social media sites to reach out to her to ask her for her story. In fact, that's her right to go ahead and talk about it. However, she's not saying, hey, the victim lives at X address, they go to X school, this is where you can find them. She's done nothing of that sort. She came back 90 days later. She hasn't reached out to this woman. She hasn't touched her. She hasn't touched her kids. She hasn't said where they go to school. In fact, you've got everybody reaching out to Sade asking her, hey, can we go ahead and talk? Can you do a news story? She can't control whether or not 60,000 or 1 million viewers reach out to the website, and if the public's talking, Judge, the public will talk. You've been in many news stories before. You know, you're one of my favorite you're one of my favorite judges, but you know how that goes, Judge. But at the end of the day, I think the question is, did Ms. Baggerniece go ahead and violate anything? She hasn't. She hasn't reached out to her. She hasn't reached out to her kids. She, in fact, hasn't said, hey, you can find them at X school, at X buck stop. She stayed away. She's done everything you've asked. And for that, I ask that you just go ahead and remove the ankle monitor. I mean, there's no issue with her. She's appeared in court when you've asked. The whole purpose of bond is, will they go ahead and appear in court when their time is called? She has. She's on at 7:15. This is obviously important to her. She's just merely protecting her character. We can't fault her for being a celebrity. She hasn't gone ahead and bashed the woman or the kids. You know what it's like to be on the media. Judge, I just asked that you go ahead and remove the monitor. I mean, at the end of the day, she's appearing every time she's supposed to. She's hired counsel. You know, I come to your court, and every time I've appeared with my clients. But I asked that you go ahead and remove, because at the end of the day, what has she done wrong? She's being asked by social media platforms to go ahead and comment. That's her business. She's a celebrity. I mean, you're a celebrity in a different ring of people, but at the end of the day, you don't see her violating by going near this person. You haven't heard anything in 90 days from this lady.
Like I said, I don't know who she is. No idea. Doesn't really matter, honestly, if she is to me. But if some of these things
So maybe I can Google and get a little bit more info.
are getting, sorry, I went a little blurry there. If some of these things are making the parent of these other children get threats, that's nothing. That's beyond not cool.
Yeah, but Judge, at the end of the day, she has no control over that. I mean, she's got zero control.
If I may, Your Honor, respectfully, because I do respect Attorney Archer, it's exceeded by making a comment on the case and further posting pictures or screenshots or videos or whatever may have been posted. That exceeds it. That goes to a deep concern there for the state. I know that as adults, we may not view social media to be quite as important as children do, but these are all children that are involved in this particular case, where one of us may not be able to identify a child. I'm sure that a lot of these children who go to this particular school, they know the Shade Room. It's an extremely popular blog post. They can easily pick out which child is which in those videos. That is where it's exceeded. I'm not saying that the defendant does not have the right to say that I did not do these charges and I'm going to fight them in a court of law, but it is concerning for the state to look on a blog post and see potential videos of children being involved. And as I've said before, and I don't mean to repeat myself, if these were violent acts that the defendant has recordings of, the place for them is not an Instagram story or a blog site. It is, she should take that information to the police, because that's not doing anything but bringing more harm to children in this case.
Judge, again, she's done nothing wrong. She hasn't gone near the defendant, I mean, near the victim, near the victim's children. She has not provided an address to those people. She's a public figure. She's a celebrity in her circle, in her circuit. But the purpose of the ankle monitor is to go ahead and track her whereabouts.
Right. And here you go. And I just Googled this and I'm saying some of this was posted 6, 7, 8 days ago. Why are you doing it right before you come to court?
You're on mute. You're on mute, Sade.
I don't want to hear you say a word, ma'am. I do not want to hear you say a word. But you know, and I know you, Mr. Arca, I mean, you know, one thing you always say to your clients is stop talking about what happened. Stop talking about it because it's not helping you. Because when you post something and you use one word the wrong way, Mr. Jordan's going to say, no, here you said shall and should and did not, and all that stuff can get twisted. The only thing this is going to do, ma'am, is hurt your case. Who cares that the media wants to know what happens? If you're not guilty, then you're not guilty. Who cares? I mean, in my position, when I'm on there, I can't say anything. And trust me, that's horrible when things are being said about me, but I'm still here. Stop posting stuff. These are kids that are, man, these are kids that are involved. And if you haven't been watching, there are kids on here that are hurting other kids and committing serious crimes, allegedly. Let me do that, allegedly, because they have that presumption of innocence. But if you watch my bond hearings, if you watch the news, children are killing children. You are pouring gasoline on a fire. And if one of those children gets hurt, that is on you. Because of something you did, because you think you're a celebrity or whatever you do. I have no clue, but I don't care who you are. You have no right to pour gasoline on a fire that could maybe get some child hurt. Put it on the other foot. What if the non-celebrity mother did it to your child? You'd be up in arms. You would be beside yourself. Because somebody was posting something in the shade room or whatever it is and talking to the media, you would be beside yourself. You would have your high power lawyer write them a cease and desist letter and all kinds of other things. Put the shoe on the other foot. Act like you're a mother. Even if one kid picked on your kid, that's what happens. Let the system handle it, not you. If people are posting stuff that they want to pull up and do we need to go handle this? God, all you're doing is inciting people that think they know you and think they want to help you when you don't need help. The only person you need help from is your lawyer. I mean, the ankle monitor is not keeping her, it's keeping her away from them. But if it's obviously not posting her side of whatever, I mean.
Judge, if I may, I think
Go ahead.
given the words you just stated, I think she's gotten the message clear. I would still kindly ask, Judge, that you go ahead and just allow her to remove it. I think Ms. Baggernice has now a clear understanding of your position and where you stand.
Well, but I do want to add that she stops posting stuff about these kids. I'm not interfering with her First Amendment right. You can say whatever, but stop posting stuff about these kids anywhere.
Understood, Judge, and I think she gets that loud and clear. Would you be inclined to at least allow her to remove the Talatrix, since it's really, I think it served its purpose. I think from what you see here today, just based off her facial expressions, I think she's heard you loud and clear, Judge, and I'll have a frank conversation with her as soon as I get off.
What is she doing?
She's crying.
All right. So, but just add that she's not to post anything else on social media about this. I'm not interfering with her First Amendment right. One post I want her to make, And I want Mr. Jordan to let us know if she makes it, is it to tell people to stay out of it? This will work itself out. Leave it alone. She's not wanting anybody to do anything. She's got you and she's got a good lawyer and you're going to handle this. And let the
Understood.
mother, if the other kid's a bully, let that mother handle it.
Understood,
Children
Judge.
don't need to get harmed over this. You could add that, she could take it off. And like I said, but I want to see something posted on wherever. Leave it alone.
Understood, Judge.
Leave these children alone.
Yes, Your Honor.
Am I clear, ma'am? Just give me a thumbs up. All right. Is that good with you, Mr. Jordan?
Yes, Your Honor,
When you
understood.
make that, let me make sure that you can say whatever you want to about me, but I'm going to protect these kids. So make sure that hopefully Mr. Jordan will see it or show Mr. Arca the screenshot. Don't put it up there and then take it down. But you encourage people to leave anybody involved in this alone and let the court system handle it. Please, for the safety of everybody involved, because you're going to get some people hurt. And I don't care who you are.
Judge Manning, your assistant, what was her name again? So I can go ahead and send her the order after sending it to Mr. Jordan.
Travoria Robinson, you can send it to her.
Miss Gloria Robinson.
Travoria,
Where you got the
the same one that sent you
invite
the link.
from, where you got the link.
Oh,
from.
okay. Got it, Judge. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, Ms. Robinson.
Just so you know, I'm impressed with people like Pat Benatar, one of my favorites, but.
You gonna say pre-trial for me one more time before we go?
No,
All right,
Thank you.
I'm
Judge.
sure half the people on here have no idea who Pat Benatar is.
I do.
I'm
I'm a
not that
child of
old.
the
school.
80s.
I do.
See, we do, Bostic.
All right, Judge. I'll get that over to Mr. Jordan before I send it over to you, Judge.
All right, y'all have a good one. Thank you. Good to see you.
Thank you,
Likewise,
Your Honor.
Judge.
My condolences, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Jordan. I think we have.